Welcome back, everyone. This is the Warriors of the North. I don't know what this is. This is going to be some Scandinavian war compilation because I kind of looked ahead. So I kind of knew what it is. So I lied. Anyway, let's see what we got. And I don't know who this would fulfill. I guess this is like Finland, Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. Big artillery. What is that? Shooting a very rapid fire. Is this an anti-air gun on a tank? Or is this just like regular small rounds? Oh, that looks good. And out of Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark, who has the best military, do you guys think? You would think, out of all those countries, you would think Sweden, given its history, given its, its GDP. But then you think of Denmark and its navy possibility with like Copenhagen and kind of like controlling that choke point. But then you think Finland, and because they share a Russian border, they would have to be militarized, especially with their history. Norway's kind of got the best opportunity to kind of be low key because of its position around bigger nations like Germany and the UK. But I don't know the answer to that. Let me know. Look at that jet. And I wonder if you combined all four Scandinavian countries. Let's just say you have a super country, right? The Kalmar Union of some sort. What country could it rival at that point? Would it still be less than like a Germany, or would it be like a Poland at that point? And obviously, I know I'm pausing about it. Obviously, you have to have a really well-suited, I would say you would need a flexible, flexible battalions because of the weather and the conditions here. Nothing needs to be too bulky. A lot of Coast Guard, probably, even though I don't know if this is Coast Guard or Navy. And probably a ton of these exercises are probably in coordination with NATO. I would assume so, but I mean, there's only one country in this entire region that they would be preparing for. I don't have to spell it out, do I? It's Russia. Unless you want to run it back with Germany again. That's a joke. I'm probably getting copyrighted like an MFer right now. But one thing that's interesting is I haven't seen any drones per se. I don't know how old this video is, so you would imagine in today's time, though, you would have to have, with your flexible units, you would have to have some sort of drone specialists amongst your unit. I'm sure they do. it's like France, seeing France and the UK kind of play nice after knowing the history of Scandinavia and the continuous like infighting between the Scandinavian states, either ganging up on Denmark or ganging up on Norway or vice versa on one of the two, right? Or three or four. And you have a brief like you have some brief like times in history where one power is bigger than the other, except for Finland. I think Finland's always kind of been little brother to the rest of the three. Um, Out of the four, obviously you got the Norse and you got the uh, you got Norway being having its heydays, but it's also combining like a lot of their colonial states, if you call them that. Sweden probably had the biggest flow if you talk about the ebbs and flows of the Scandinavian history. I think Sweden would have the biggest. Might be wrong, but I think so. Pretty sure like 17th century, early 18th century might be their heyday. Um but yeah. But what I was saying is it's really cool to after all that history, they're all unified, which most people are at this time. Most people is relative. When we said we would return, and here. Oh, hold on. When we said we would return, and here. That looked like a drone. Could be a UAV, but it still looked like a drone. Here we are again to bring them all destruction, suffering. Hands with dreams to be a king. First, what should be a man? I call them out and charge them all with a life that is a lie. And in their final hour, they shall confess before they die. Really good song though. Looking like a really well-rounded military. Very cohesive. Looking like GB there. If I should fall in battle, my brothers. And they gotta have special forces too, right? Amongst their units. Fight by my side. Gather my horse and weapons. Tell my family how I died. Until then, I will be strong. I will fight for all that is real. All who stand in my way. And it's kind of crazy to think about, just like 4 or 5 months ago, it was longer than that, 7 months ago or something like that, that you had Denmark's forces landing in Greenland because of the rhetoric of Trump. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? I was just thinking about that. Not a lot of BTRs here, I guess, because it's less urban in a lot of these places. You got more tracks and tanks, little track-based vehicles and tanks. Helicopters and jets are pretty standard. I mean, air doesn't really change, does it? Like thunder from the sky, sworn to fight and die. Warriors, warriors of You would expect all these countries to have a really good marine core too. We're coming up to the end of the video though. Very cool, right? You know, you got Finland, Sweden, Norway. See, I don't like. There wasn't anything specifically calling out Denmark. I imagine all 4 of the Scandinavian states were in this. I don't know. I think so though. I'll have to check. But thank you guys so much for watching. This was interesting. Let me know what other videos on Scandinavia we should do. Modern Scandinavia specifically. There's tons that we've done already throughout history, whether it be the Vikings, whether it be Copenhagen, whether it be the Kalmar Union, whether it be Gustavus and his fun stuff happening in Sweden. There's so much that we could talk about, right? I mean, it's limitless. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and bye-bye.